Welcome back to DXB. Today we are still on the subject whether you're juggling a busy schedule or looking to add a little bit more me time. This is the episode where we add the care in self-care. Our next guest today grew up using raw ingredients from the land such as olive oil, rose water and jasmine in their beauty rituals. She's now the founder of the natural wellness brand P Tre. Please welcome to the show Soraya Jouzy. Soraya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and Joelle, it's been great to be hearing about your story as well, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
You know, the funny thing is Soraya and I, we used to be neighbors and we've had our doggy play dates many years ago, so it's great to see you here on my show.
And I had to come to Dubai one to find you. Like,
yes, exactly, yes, finally, we've reconnected. Soraya, you have a beautiful story behind your brand. I understand it's a family business. Could you tell us a little bit more about P Tre?
So P Tre started 10 years ago, and so my two biggest passions in life is eating really good food and traveling, and the second part is self-care and beauty. I think I was always around my mother, my grandma, you know, they're typical Mediterranean women and lifestyle, and that was my world. And so I've always been really obsessed with ingredients and taking care of oneself. So I've been exposed, like we said, with these beautiful raw ingredients from the Levantine from a young age. So it came very natural to me. And after working years in hospitality, I then moved on to working for a skincare brand in Switzerland, where I really got to learn the 360 of what is actually skincare. And then I've been coming and going to Dubai for the longest. My parents have been here for over 45 years. So between London, Beirut and Dubai, I felt there was a big gap in what it means wellness, holistic living. And as a woman of the region, and obviously I've been exposed to such amazing brands and treatments, I thought there was a gap. And so I just literally had a brand that I was using in Beirut at the time and loved it, completely clean. And I said, you know what, why don't I bring it here? And that's what happened. It all started. My brothers, who are my family, saw how passionate I was. And obviously we've got a mother company that's been trading here for 50 years, said, we're happy to invest in your little dream of advocating for self-care and championing on wellness. And we supply to the whole region, the GCC and British Indian Ocean, to luxury spas, retailers, corporates, and I try and do quite a lot of content to get the word out there with our beautiful brands that we represent.
Soraya, it's what Ash mentioned earlier is that this is a family business, and you mentioned earlier on how you grew up seeing your mom and your grandma. You want to tell us a little bit more about how your mom has influenced this company of yours?
Sure. I mean, I'm very lucky one to have a mother and to have a grandma, and my mom again was very present. And when we see the Mediterranean living, and again, apparently statistically speaking, a top 3% of like the world's best longevity in terms of where you come from is from the Mediterranean. You know, that expression, the Mediterranean diet. There's a truth to it, because my mom, again, we were very blessed. She would cook every day fresh. So there was no processed food. So again, having that really balanced relationship with food is really, really important. My mom sometimes would drive me crazy because as a kid, till today, I'm a little tornado, like I'm a little Taz. She'd always be like slow, you know, like let's calm down a little bit. Let's do a siesta. She's always trying till today to let me have an afternoon nap, right? I don't have it. I wish I could sleep more. But she would always take a rest, right? So this kind of slower approach to life, you know, her fitness is about gardening and stretching, never going to the gym, but walking a lot with dad and having dogs and animals. So very much that holistic approach. And so
I need to meet your mom.
When your mom's life sounds like a dream.
I need your mom to remove my anxiety.
She's
The anxiety
so-
that I live in, and oh yeah,
They're
I'd
my
love to
heroes.
calm down. Yeah.
She grounds me, and this is where the holistic balance of life, where we're trying to all get to this word balance, which I think is quite a challenge. She's really the epitome of that. So I'm very happy to be. She's still around me, and so she was always, you know, looking into natural ways of, you know, looking at products as well as treatments. She has never ever done any surgeries or anything like that. So again, for me, in the world where everyone is doing evasive treatments, right, and want that quick, I'm kind of maybe amongst few where I'm looking at long term. We're living longer. I want to look really good when I'm 75. My mom's 75. Everyone says that she looks about 10 years younger. because it's not just about procedures. Like what Joelle was saying, it's mind, body, and soul when you look at self-care today.
Can I ask
It
you a
all
question?
coexists. Yeah.
So with like the holistic living, do you not think that there should be a balance where we eat right, we live right, we walk, we exercise, we don't abuse our bodies with maybe alcohol, smoking, all of that. But don't you think that gravity is gravity? So saggy skin is going to come. Maybe, do you also not think that maybe your mom was blessed with really good genes, but not so much for others? Because, you know, we do have women that are 38 years old that do have a lot of saggy skin. And they do need, if they want to look good and they want to look their age, they do need like a mini lift. So are you like against that, or what's your approach on this?
Absolutely. So whenever we meet clients of ours or consult, and the great thing about Dubai is that we see from every ethnicity, right? So again, in terms of, you know, findings, we've seen all types of skin. And so I always say 60% goes down to your genetics, absolutely, right? So a lot of people say, oh, you've got great hair. I was like, well, thank you, that is partly genetics. The rest is your lifestyle and your maintenance of what, and then maintaining that and being aware of that. Everything's been about being mindful. Now, what I always say to everyone is about as long as you're educated and you're making an educated choice before you get to the quick fix, that's where we come. Now, there's plenty of knowledge out there, right? There's so much tools. The research has proven, right, that you can use good. So one of the brands that we carry, he's a very renowned plastic surgeon in Harley Street, and he created his skincare, and he explained to me, and you would say, why did I partner with that brand, right? Because it's a plastic surgeon. I said, well, it's surgically inspired. It's giving me those results without the nasties, right? And it's non-invasive, so you can team it up with machines. But again, he always says, well, before doing a surgery, I always encourage my clients to go see a psychologist.
Yeah, that's what I was talking earlier.
Because like we said, it's not just because, why are you doing this? So of course, if I was Gordon Ramsay, who was my ex-boss, and I had really deep lines, and again, it's about self-confidence at the end of the day for a man and a woman. That's why the brands that we have that self-boosting, because the ingredients are great with the aromas, right? All this is to uplift, you know. There's the perfume I wear is so beautifully said by one of our founders, is that it's to empower you. Like, I'm wearing it now.
You smell like a rose, by the way.
Thank
She smells amazing.
Thank you so much. This has been such a meaningful conversation, a lot of depth into it, and I'm loving how all of us, ladies and gentlemen, are intertwining beauty, self-care, and mindset.